All right, everybody. Now we're going to work on the intake, impulse, and putting the handle on. All right, I like to use a little bit of WD on some of these things. I'm not trying to go crazy with it, but making sure it seats all the way on there. The way I'm going to line this up, I was looking at the handle. I'm going to line the casting marks in the intake up with the casting marks on the cylinder. There we go. Right, we're going to run this on like this right here. There we go. Now this bumper right here goes on the inside flywheel side right here. There's a hole. So again, let's just do a little WD on it. I believe that's where it goes. There we go, perfect. Went all the way in. We got our AV mount right there. This one goes right here. I'm gonna try something a little bit different with this because sometimes this one right here wants to be a little bit of a pain for me, so we're gonna try something a little different real quick. All right. Now, on the intakes especially, I like to do the trick with the pull cord. You take a loop through, then you loop around the intake. And then whenever you get ready to pull it in, you just pull the cord and it drags it in while unwinding itself from the and when you do it like that, you don't wind up risking damage to your intake boot. There it went. You just got to put a screwdriver under there and keep from snagging that AV mount. There it went. Impulse line is all the way in. All right. Now let's get some AV mounts in. All right, I found my hardware. Let's see if we can get this put together. Okay, there's that one. Now all right, there it went all the way in. WD-40 is not bad for the rubber, so that's why I tend to do that. And it also helps me get them in there, get them started, and it doesn't dry out the rubber. Just one of my biggest complaints with some of the other stuff. There we go. And just something kind of weird. I'm not a small dude. This is a gigantic saw. It's freaking awesome. I'm excited about this thing. There we go. The front AV mount. Yeah, let's just do it like that. There we go. All right, next AV mount. I found out that's where that silver thing goes right there. AV system is done. Now, this right here I am going to remove because they didn't make the casting in the side of the saw big enough to go in with the jacket on. So the little tray that you have to push your spark plug wire into, yeah, you couldn't get it in there. I spent a little bit of time yesterday doing that. Sorry I let things get so far out of focus. I try not to. All right. Okay. All right, there's that. Now let's guide this over, and I know kind of what's going on here now. All right. All right. So something I'm inclined to do later is actually get a Walbro carburetor for this instead of the cheap knockoff carb. Because I've spent the money on a good quality top end. I don't really see a problem with potentially getting a Walbro carburetor to stick on here and have something that's pretty reliable. All right, it took me a minute because I misplaced a bag of parts. It took me a minute to find it. Got it, finally. All right, so that's not actually as hard as it was coming across. I just needed to figure out. All right, so pull up on it, go through this hole right here, and there you go. All right. Right there is how that should look. I don't know if you can see, but the throttle has that offset and then it goes down and into that. Choke goes right there. Your fuel line has to go up and then right behind the carburetor, out on that side and up. Your impulse line can snake down through here, basically missing all of the controls right there. And it does not impede my throttle. All right. I may not get it started today. I'm gonna look at some schematics and see what else I need to do. And I'm gonna check into this piece right here. I'm still gonna assemble it, but I think I'm gonna have to do something with this because that's not threaded. Somehow that piece right there, of all the pieces that could get messed up, it was that one. All right, I think I'm going to call that for today. I've got quite a bit of this monster put together. Still have a little bit to figure out on it, not a lot. Overall, I'm happy with how this is turning out. I'm going to look forward to milling with it. We'll talk to you later. Take it easy. Bye.